Well, you saw the unboxing. Now for the review. I'm going to cue the intro. Here's the deal. I've had this for over a year now. This is, I'd say, a year review. I've had some time to play with it. I've had some time to use it. I've had time to experience its flaws. So with that, I'm going to hit the specs real quick and we're going to continue on from there. We have 8 express keys, a touch ring, along with a center button that also acts as a fingerprint scanner. These 4 functions are customizable and allow for more flexibility within programs. The available ports are as such. We have 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports, one on top and bottom. The USB-C port also acts as the main charging port. Mind you that the other 2 ports can be used as chargers as well. Then we have a Kensington lock adapter. On this side of the computer we have the power button, mic and headphone jack port, an SSD card slot, auto switch rotation lock, along with the up and down volume buttons. The tablet is rocking the Pro Pen 2, which has the erase button, which also has pressure sensitivity to it, along with a 60 degree plus or minus tilt. The dual rocker buttons, which will control your middle and mouse button or whatever you choose. All these buttons are customizable. With that, let's move into the next step and look at the quality that you get off the screen. Okay, the rest of the specs for the device is as follows. An Intel i7 with an onboard graphics along with an NVIDIA Quadra 1000. We also have the ability to expand our 16 gigabytes of memory, DDR memory up to 32 gigs of memory, along with swapping out the SSD to up to a 2 terabyte SSD. And with that said, as far as the Wi-Fi goes, you're talking AC, and I've already mentioned all the ports, so we're going to skip over that bit. Alright. I think that covers the more important specs. As far as noise level goes, that's fair. You can hear it, but it's not overbearing. There's a few things we should go over. It can get a little noisy at times when the fans ramp up, but overall it's not too bad. It's better than its original predecessor. The fact that they added that back door is fantastic because I actually upgraded the SSD to a PCIe SSD and I increased the memory to 32 gigabytes. Let's take a quick look at the pressure sensitivity and the parallaxing. We also know that this device is at 85% Adobe RGB color scale. Accurate. I think that's accurate enough. I have no issues or complaints about that whatsoever. I think that's fine. With that said, I love the pressure sensitivity of this device. It works well, and I think it offers plenty to the end user. And as far as the parallaxing goes, I don't see a major difference. I don't see a major issue. As you can see, when I start drawing, as I vary the pressure of the pen, you can see that we're getting this great line work going. I love the radial dial, how I'm able to just quickly and easily adjust the size of my brush. And the tilt does come into a factor, but it's not really that important. And it's fun to play with on top of all of that. So with that said, I think this is a great opportunity if you have the money to own one of these. The neat thing is with this pen, on the eraser end, which is just another button, also has that same pressure sensitivity to it, which is very helpful at the end of the day to be able to do that. So you get a wide range of variety and options when it comes to your workflow with this device. Let's talk about use. It's a powerful mid-range processor, a couple years old now. So I think it's 9th gen, maybe 8th. Anyways, either way. I think this machine will last me at least another 4 to 5 years, which is the expected lifespan of this price range of laptops. Why didn't I go with, the next question would be, why didn't I go with an iPad with a pencil? Well, there's a big difference between using an iPad and a full-fledged computer. The thing is an iPad, you got this small screen. I've already used a 13-inch one this size, it's too small. An iPad, in addition to the smaller screen, you have limitations to, oh, hold on. Anyways, as I fix something, sorry about that, guys, about the lighting. Let me fix that real quick. Okay, at least you can see my face a little better. Anyways, by the fact of the smaller screen, the lackluster strength of the applications for the iPad, those are the reasons. Yes, the iPad's cheaper. It's only $1,000, $1,500 with the pencil, whatever, for the more expensive one. But at the same time, we're working with Windows 10 Pro here, and that in itself is another addition to a standard operating system versus a lightweight operating system. That's the benefit of this. The nice feature is the, let's see, do I have it floating around? Probably don't. Is the Link Plus. I don't know what I did with mine. This way you're able to connect it to actually a Mac or a PC and be able to use it as a second monitor with a touchscreen and a pen. So like a Cintiq, basically, which is a fantastic additional feature. Granted, it's an extra $70 for that component, but according to them, you can use a adaptive display USB-C to USB-C connector to be able to do that. I haven't found a cable that's capable of that yet. If I do, I may leave a comment, but at this point, I've not found that. Now that we're talking about the Link Plus, I do have a few issues with that device. They are weak, unfortunately. They're very sensitive. I've already gone through 2 of those devices. They've only lasted, each one lasted me maybe a month with light use. So I'm sure it was something that I did, maybe it was just weak chips. But the problem is that Wacom doesn't support those. They literally make the device and they break, you buy a new one. That's their mentality on those, unfortunately. But like I said, having the ability to connect to a full-fledged, well, a desktop PC or a Macintosh, depending on your workflow, it might be a huge benefit. And then being able to take that, unplug it, and go somewhere with just the computer itself, this computer itself, is a huge plus. So, who do I think this is for? Professionals. People who need the portability, and people who need the power, and to need to run full-fledged applications like Photoshop. And I'm not talking about the lightweight version for the iPad. I'm talking full-fledged Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects. This should be is a lot able to handle these applications a lot better than say an iPad. Matter of fact, Illustrator, they don't make Illustrator. They don't make After Effects for the iPad. They do make them for Windows. They do make them for the Mac OS. So the flexibility is there. That's who I think this is for. Anyone just getting out started, probably not really ideal. It took me a while to be able to afford one of these devices. And like I said, every 5 years to 6 years is the upgrade path for these. And it's going to really depend at that time when I'm ready if I'm going to be able to afford it or not. So they're expensive. They're expensive for a reason. And that's because of the technology. Am I happy with the device? Yes. Would I buy it again? Definitely. Does it have its flaws? Most likely, yes. Absolutely. Like I said, it still makes a lot of noise like the original. It's not as bad as what it used to be. The speakers on it are okay. They're not great. The webcam's in a better place. I like the fact that it's center because it's meant for left or right-handed people. That's fantastic. The hardware's getting old now. It was semi-old when it came out. And the other problem is Wacom is very slow to get these updated and maintain an updated version. So you are looking at a 5-year path either way. The express keys on it are very convenient to have. Color accuracy at 85 of Adobe, I can live with that. And I think most creatives can too. And I think that really sums it up. It's a good device, very specific use for designers and artists. I'd say mainly for the professionals or power users who would be really interested in really having that ability and that strength for this device. And the fact that, yes, I prefer drawing on a screen that I can see versus down with my hands on the table and staring at the screen, not seeing what my hands are doing. This is much more ideal to my workflow. Alright, with that guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Have a nice week, and I'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, leave a comment if you'd like. If you have any questions, I will do my best to answer them. Alright, enjoy your night. Thanks guys.